If you are not investing because you feel like it's just gambling, this video is meant to change your mind. Yes, you can use the stock market like a casino, but there is a better way, one that can completely change your life for the better. First, let's talk about where gambling and investing do bleed together so we know what not to do. So in general, there are 3 reasons why gambling is not conducive to making money. Number 1, the system is rigged against you. It's simple math. The games are built in with a house edge. The longer you play, the greater your chances are of losing money. This website here shows the house edge for every single casino game. And as I scroll through these, you can see the percentages are pretty high. With Texas Hold'em, 6.86% of every dollar that you bet, you should expect to lose. So if you bet $100 per hand, you're expected to lose $6.86 per hand in the long term on average. And similarly with the stock market, there are certain situations where the system is against you. When you are investing, information is power, and you are never the first one to know the crucial information. There's always going to be insiders, big institutions that have access to more information sooner than you do, and they can pull their money out before bad news becomes public to normal people like you and I. So in the short term, it is incredibly difficult to outtrade the market. High frequency trading leverages advanced computer programs and sophisticated algorithms to execute a vast number of orders in mere fractions of a second. These algorithms rapidly analyze numerous markets and respond to varying market conditions to execute trades efficiently. There are supercomputers that run high frequency trading algorithms that are making moves 1,000 times per second that you can never compete with. So if you are trying to be a day trader, to make short-term trades, to game the market, the system is against you. A very small fraction of day traders are able to be profitable in the stock market. But that doesn't stop so many people from trying. Just like if you go into the casino, you can find lots of people that believe that they have a system or a strategy that can make them money in the long term, but this is all false confidence. False confidence can destroy you in the casino and in the stock market. The second thing that causes us to lose money in both the casino and the stock market is emotional decision making. Fear and greed inhibits our logic. In the stock market, greed causes us to overextend ourselves, investing way more money than we can afford into perhaps a single stock. And if that stock starts to go down, then fear causes us to sell out or chase our losses by investing more and more without having a real system or strategy. It happens the same way in the casino. You lose a little bit of money, and then you find yourself betting more and more to try to recuperate your losses, even though the house is stacked against you. The third reason that we lose money at the casino is our own biology is betraying us. We are hardwired to have huge shots of dopamine after random amounts of time when we receive a random reward. And this is a well-known fact that is taken advantage of by casinos. This study in the National Library of Medicine talks about this very concept. Gambling is characterized by intermittent rewards and losses delivered on a variable ratio, which entails imperfect prediction of reward. As such, when we pull a lever and win some money during gambling, we experience a potent rush of pleasure precisely because the reward was so uncertain or unexpected. The same thing can happen with the stock market when you are trying to trade stocks on very short intervals. You put money into a stock in the short term. There is no telling which direction a stock is going to move up or down. It's virtually random. Therefore, when you're trading on a high frequency, it is unexpected how long it's going to take for a stock to go up or down. And it's also unknown how much it's going to move up or down. So if you are buying and selling very quickly multiple times in a day, you are using the stock market similar to a slot machine. After an unknown duration of time, a stock will move up or down by a random amount. And this mimics the same exact dopamine hacking strategy that casinos use. At this point, you might be thinking that investing is in fact gambling, but what I have described is just one side of the investing coin. Yes, investing can be like gambling if you are making short-term trades, chasing the dopamine hit, making emotional decisions, all without a viable strategy, but there is a better way. You can use investing over the long term to reliably create wealth. So let's talk about how we do that. First, it is important to note that the outcomes in investing are still probabilistic. We can never know with 100% certainty that we will make money on a given investment. Now, just because there is uncertainty does not mean that investing is gambling. Yes, there is a shared feature there where gambling is uncertain and investing is uncertain, but there are many things in life that are uncertain. Me getting up and driving to work is uncertain. I don't know if I'm going to make it to work. I might get hit by a car. I might die in a wreck or an accident, but that doesn't mean that going to work is gambling. So it's important to separate the two. The difference here is that with gambling at a casino, you are mathematically likely to lose money. And historically, we have seen this, whereas in the stock market, you are mathematically likely to make money based on historical performance. And the concept here is simple. When we invest, we are investing to make more money. We want to put a little bit of money in and get more money out later. We invest in businesses, and the whole point of a business is to make money for the owners. So it logically follows that on average, if we are in an economy that is doing well, then investing in businesses will make us money over time. The second thing to consider is that with investing, skill and strategy can improve our results, unlike with gambling. When we invest, we can invest in an individual company and evaluate that business based on its strength and its current price. Or we can invest in an entire industry. For instance, people have made lots of money investing in AI, as it's been clear that the usefulness of AI has been increasing over time. You can invest in an entire sector, say healthcare. In the US, the population is aging and we are increasingly needing healthcare. So investing in healthcare in the United States has been very lucrative. You can invest in an entire country. There are funds that we can invest in that diversify us across every company in the United States. And so as long as the United States is continuing to do well, then we will make money on our investment. Or if you don't want to even focus on a single country, you can invest in every publicly traded company on the entire planet. So diversification gives us a great deal of security while we are investing, because we're investing in companies that whose entire goal is to make money. So as long as these companies are succeeding on average to make more and more money, as the world gets more and more productive, as technology improves, then we will continue to make money. In fact, it's not even difficult, or it doesn't even require much time to invest with a strong strategy. Being properly diversified leads to average returns, which historically has been about 10% per year. In fact, famously, or maybe infamously, dead people have the best returns. Fidelity had done a study as to which accounts had done the best at Fidelity, and what they found was somebody guessed that they were dead, but no, that's close though. They were accounts of people who had forgotten that they had accounts. So whether they forgot that they had an account or they died and the account continued to just passively make money over time, the result is the same. In order to do well in the stock market, all you have to do is invest in a publicly traded, well-diversified index fund or ETF and just don't do anything with it. And with that simple strategy, people have continued to make money on average every single year for the last 100 years. This chart right here shows the price of the S&P 500 going all the way back to 1927. And as we can see, back 100 years ago, the price was $17.66. And there are short periods where the price goes down. For instance, on June of 1929, the stock price went down and it didn't get back up to that level until 1955. However, this is a little bit misleading because during this whole time period, you are receiving dividends. So the dividends plus the stock price make the returns a little bit greater than what we're seeing here. And to see that, I can pull up this chart, which shows the total return of the S&P 500 every year going back 100 years. And so here we can see that dip. There were several years where we had negative returns, but if I paste those into a spreadsheet right here, investing just $10 in 1926, and then accounting for the return every year, if we invested that $10 100 years ago, then today we would have $216,000. And that is an average return of 10.5% per year. I put in $10 in the amount invested, $216 in the amount returned. This is a 100-year time period, and the result is on average a 10% return per year. And you don't have to invest for 100 years in order to get insane results like this. Let's look at an example. If I invest $10,000 today and I leave it in there for 30 years, let's say I'm 35 and I want to retire at the age of 65. If I put $10,000 in today and then I invest about $100 per week, that means I'm putting in $400 per month. After 30 years, I will have $1 million in my account. And what does that breakdown look like? It means that my total contributions only made up 14% of the total amount. So 14% of $1 million, that means I put in $140,000 over the course of 30 years, and I was able to turn it into $1 million. And I didn't have to do anything. And because I can do this completely passively, it eliminates one of the major problems of gambling, which is the dopamine hacking and the emotional decision making. If I automate my accounts to invest passively every week into a diversified ETF or index fund, I don't have to look at it. I don't have to interact with it. It makes it incredibly difficult for me to mess this up. Long-term diversified investing is not guaranteed, but it does have a really strong track record. 100 years of positive returns on average. In fact, there is only one guarantee, and that is if you do not invest, you are guaranteed to lose, because inflation eats away at your money every single year. On average, over the last 100 years, inflation has reduced the power of your dollar by 3% every year. So if you do not invest, if you don't find some way of increasing your money passively while you sleep, inflation is going to be eating away at it every single year. Now, let's say you do decide to become an investor. You have two options. You have two basic paths forward. You can be a passive investor where you automate your investing. You put your money in a passively managed fund that automatically splits it up into every company in the country or every company in the world. And you simply do that going forward where you don't have to mess with it. You don't have to touch it. And you can get average returns, which we've seen can create a lot of value. Alternatively, you could be an active investor. If you want to pursue better than average stock market returns, you could spend a lot of time studying, a lot of time researching, and a lot of effort looking for companies that have a strong likelihood of outperforming the average. And this is possible. You can consistently beat the market given enough time, effort, and expertise. And if you keep your emotions out of it and you don't treat the stock market like a casino, trying for short-term trades where you can beat the market in the short term is not reliable. This can only be done reliably in the long term for the majority of people with a long-term investing horizon. We're talking 5 years or more. If you don't enjoy the process, you're probably not going to do it for a long period of time, and that is what's required to beat the market. So if you think you might want to be an active investor and you're curious to see how I find undervalued companies in the market, tune into my stream every Wednesday where I invest in a different company every week and invest on my public YouTube portfolio series. This portfolio is only a little over a year old, but we have been beating the market over the last year. Our portfolio has returned 21%, while the S&P 500 has only returned about 14%, all with a higher dividend compared to the S&P 500 and a 0% expense ratio. That is one downside of investing in a passively managed fund is you do have a small expense ratio, whereas picking your own stocks, you don't have to pay the expense ratio, but you do pay with time spent. So if you're curious to see how I have been beating the market over the last year, tune into my stream every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. I hope to see you there.